Let's play! Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to Let's Play Professor Layton and the Last Specter. Last time we left off, we saw the actual Specter itself attacking Misthallery, and we were checking out the damages, and we're like, what exactly is happening? Layton may have a few ideas now. He's like, well, we never really saw its feet, and it left watery footmarks apparently everywhere, or like a watery trail, so we may have something to go on there. And it seems like there's some flute that's been playing anytime it's there. You can hear it anywhere among the town, no matter where you are. Luke says that apparently there's a black market that maybe they're selling an ancient flute. So we're going to check that out. Let's just head on over there. I believe we'll head over to the left. And before we do so, we got another puzzle with Jasmine. I was like, I forgot your name. I know we spoke with you before. The hotel at North Elia has giant gashes in the wall. Good thing I got out of there. I shudder to think what would have happened had I stayed. Try solving a puzzle or two. It will focus your mind and calm you a bit. That's not a bad idea. Hey, now that you mention it, here's what I meant to ask you about. If you're unsure about life, just do a puzzle. Man, I thought that stuff floating corpses. What is wrong with me? Long day at work. That's always going to be my excuse. Floating cottages. The 7 floating cottages shown below are connected by 12 small bridges, which have made this little retirement community quite the tourist attraction. That must be nice. Although I'm not sure how practical, but still seemingly nice. A visiting couple have decided to paddle a boat out to one of the cottages and walk back to the mainland by crossing each bridge only once. Which cottage should they start at? So they want to go through each bridge at least once. And then get back to the mainland. Okay. How the hell is this gonna work? Because right now I'm like thinking you can cross the bridges only once. And I'm trying to think in my head, like I'm looking at the top, the right there, like G. Well, the problem is this bridge is gonna. So it definitely isn't that side. No, it can't be that either. What the hell? This is gonna be a weird one. I mean, we've had a couple of these puzzles before. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm still like missing like one or. Oh no, wait, there is a secondary. Oh, there's a bridge up there connecting D to C. How the hell did I miss that? Oh. Is that everything? I think it is. So I think we're going to be starting at Cottage D.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
Okay, wait, what threw me off there was,
I love the thrill of a good solution.
I didn't initially see the connecting bridge between D and C. The couple should paddle out to Cottage D to begin their jump back to land. By starting on a cottage with an odd number of bridges, you can cross them all on the way back in. Interesting. Ooh, a new fish tank. Bustling burbs. That was it. I remember now. Many thanks. I'm glad we can be of assistance. Alright, let's work on this brand new fish tank. This opulent aquarium was designed with more than one fish in mind. It may look easy, but you'll need a bit of planning to collect the coins in time. There's a trick to it. Well, you sure got me then. We got 3 bubbles. I still don't know if we need to use every single bubble. But it seems like that's been the case so far. Well, if I want to get the other ones up there, I should probably do that. Ugh. Do I want to... I'm assuming it gave us a gold bubble for a reason. The problem is, how do I get it? From here? Or there? That's going to bring it back down. Let's try that, and let's try this. Oh, whoops. That was close, but not fully there. I'm surprised that set me back. I guess I am heading directly to it, huh? Let me do that one more time just to see how the pattern goes. But you know what? Maybe instead have this go here. Okay. We'll figure this out. That should fix it. Barely enough time, but okay. Alright. Yeah, these are definitely not my favorite minigames, but they're okay for the time being. So, we'll just kind of keep at it. There's Hugo, and he has another puzzle. Sounds like a tough day yesterday. Didn't find what you wanted, huh? Unfortunately, no. I've been saving this puzzle for a rainy day. Why don't you go on ahead? What the hell did I just say? Black and white cats. You want to display your impressive collection of black and white cat paperweights on this 4x4 grid. You must fill every space, and no row or column can have more than 2 same-colored cats next to each other. The 6 cats currently on the grid must remain where they are. How can you fill in the rest of the grid? So, I can't have... What does it say? Every row or column can't... Wait. No row. I kept saying the word can't. No, it says no row or column can have more than 2 same-colored cats next to each other. Next to each other. Well, we can do this at the very least. And we need like a... we probably need some type of... Well, actually, put the black cats over here. We probably need some type of buffer between the 2nd and 4th cats on the 3rd row there. So something like that, I guess, which means we have to have black here. It means we have to have black up here as well. Meaning we need white here, we need white here, and we need black here. That is... I think I followed the rules here, right? Filled in all the spaces. No row or column can have more than 2 same-colored cats next to each other. I don't think even... Well, diagonally, I hope it doesn't mean anything. No, they don't have lines showing diagonally. It's just strictly left or, you know, like across or top or bottom. So, I think we're good.
Some puzzles must be met directly.
Alrighty.
No puzzle is without an answer.
We definitely had our share of these puzzles. I think we're entering a territory in the series where a lot of puzzles we may be coming across now, we've seen in some capacity or another in some variety. Correct. There was no rule about having an uneven number of black cats and white cats. I know there wasn't. I was just following the rule of, like, you can't have more than 2 of the same color next to each other. Yeah, the police in town are oddly competent. I'm sure they'll catch the Spectre soon. For now, the Spectre continues his wanton destruction in town, and my beauty sleep suffers. I love how he says they're oddly competent. Like, thank you? Such a backhanded compliment. We're gonna head back down. there should do it. And if we take a look around the shop here to the left, we get another collection item, the ceramic bowl. Ooh. And we can go ahead and talk to Finch for a puzzle. Hey there, Luke. You staying cool? Hello, Finch. You two know each other. We used to play together. Used to? Yeah, but Luke stopped coming round. You too cool for school now, Luke? Glad to see you outside enjoying nature again, at least. Luke is going to the market with us. Better watch your tail feathers. That's where all the workers' kids hang out. They're no joke. Workers' kids? The factory on the east side of town closed down. Check it out if you want. That place is a hoot. Ever since the workers lost their jobs, all the kids just hang out at the market. Better keep Luke there under your wing if you want to stay cool. I can take care of myself. Luke, you're a pampered little chick who lives in a mansion whose dad is the mayor. That kind of life is what most kids chirp about in their dreams. Well, they shouldn't. You'll be alright as long as you all flock together. Cool? Oh, yes, very cool. That's sweet, sweet music. Hey Luke, why don't you take a crack at this puzzle I made up? See if you can crack this one. Alright, what do you got for us? How old? Oh god, we've seen a billion of these. A friend wrote you the following letter. Our baby girl Nance was born last year in March. If you multiply her age by those of her older sister Kat and brother Pat, the product is 36. If you add all their ages together, you'll get a sum of 13. Everyone is healthy and happy. Right back soon. The letter was written on April 25th. What are the ages of Nat, Kat, and Pat? Now, off the bat, just from reading it once, I actually want to say, like, if the baby was born a year ago, and now it's April, they're 1, right? And then if you multiply her age and those of her, multiply her age by those of her older sister Kat and brother Pat, product is 36. If you multiply 1 by anything, you're gonna get the same number, you know, whatever the other product is. If it's 1 and we're trying to get 36, it'll be 6 times 6. Now, also what it says here, if you add all their ages together, you'll get 13 as a sum. So you get 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Usually these puzzles are a little bit more, in my opinion, in depth, but this one seemed a little straightforward. So the brother is 6, the older sister is 6, and the younger sis is 1.
How about this?
Okay.
That was it.
Not too bad. Their ages are 6, 6, and 1. It only works if the older siblings are the same age. They are, in fact, twins. And that alone is like the trick. Alright. Wow, you know Dodo, Luke. By the way, I heard your mom went migrating for the season. You're not sulking around, are ya? No, of course not. Hoo. It's all right, Mr. Luke. It's cool. This kid is so odd. Alright, now we're actually going to go someplace that we haven't been to just yet. Now, I know they mentioned, like, what's his name? Kent, whatever. Apparently he wanders around town if you did miss a puzzle somewhere, but we haven't missed anything to my knowledge. But we quickly looked at the hint coins here in the library, but we never actually went inside. And this time we actually are going inside. Seems like a cozy place. Let's grab the hint coins in here. We got one on the book on the top left on its own loathsome shelf up there. We got one on like the plaque in the middle shelving unit in the back. And then finally the flyer, a piece of paper right there, right in the front of the screen, kind of the bottom screen there. There we go. Now, if we examine the books down here, we get another collection item, the rare tome. And we can also talk to you for a puzzle. What a bother. Every time I come back from a short break, it takes so long to get my mind back in gear. Especially after a holiday, I try to find anything that will stimulate the old gray matter. Like this puzzle. I haven't solved it yet. My gray matter is no matter today. Book stacks. Someone left a ton of books on the table, and now these two librarians have the unpleasant task of shelving them all again. The librarians are trying to count all the books, but they're stacked so high that neither one can see them all. Using each librarian's point of view, work out how many books are on the table. Well, we also got to be careful, I guess, that things are not going to be doubled. But that seems like it might be too easy. I don't know. Let's see here. So, the librarian on the left, or on the top, what I see, 5, 7, 10 books from their point of view. The librarian on the bottom, they see 5, 9, 11 books from their point of view. Now, that large stack of 5 looks to be the same for them both. To my knowledge, anyway. Oh, you know what I just realized, though? I mean, the table has 5 stacks on it. We're only seeing 3 from their point of view, which could mean, though, that we're seeing varying angles of it. Like, well, actually, no, it kind of shows us. So, like, the lady in the bottom right, she should be seeing... We see 3 stacks of books. But what's happening is that the 3 that she's seeing... Let me write this out. This will be a lot easier. The 3 that she's seeing right there, like right here, this 3, I believe is this, right? She can't see the middle books, but the top librarian can, so this is going to be 2. Now, with that being said, they both are seeing the right amount of books on the right-hand side here. And I'll also put this in 5, so like that's what they both see. Now on the left-hand side, I don't think the top librarian is seeing that, because her stack on her right is blocking it. So, she only sees 2 here, and then from your angle up there, you should be seeing 3. So what does that equal? 5 and 3 is 8, plus 2 is 11, plus 2 is 13, plus 3 is 16. I believe that should be it. Now, typically these angle puzzles are a lot more difficult for me, but this one... I feel really confident about this one.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
Yeah, okay.
A gentleman
that
leaves
wasn't
no
really
puzzle
hard,
undone.
though, at the same time, but at least in my opinion. Correct. There's 16 books in total. Good eye. Of course. Much appreciated. You're welcome. Now let's leave and never come in here again, maybe. Let's head off to the right. Oh, got it. Okay. There's another mouse badge. What can you do with these? You tell me, game. I'm very curious now about these badges, but you gotta be careful. They stop a little bit. Like, you have time, but you still gotta be quick. Luke, I hope you get to visit London someday. Your father talks about missing London sometimes. Maybe you two can take a visit there soon. Maybe when Brenda returns. When is your mother to return, Luke? Dude, Thomas, you keep talking about my mom, man. Oh, I didn't mean to pry. You take care of your father while your mother's away. Sure. Okay, he's not weird at all. Now, let's go here to the right. We have not been here yet, to my knowledge. This is the Staircase Bridge. I like this town in Misthallery. It is it's cozy yet busy at the same time, if that makes any type of sense. Anyway, the 3 hint coins here. We got one on the blue roof on the top left. We got some in the shrubbery to the right. And then also the window to the top right. Okay. That's all we can do here, so let's continue to the right. This is the old factory. I guess they used to make steam cars here a long time ago. How rare to have a factory located in town with such clean water and lovely greenery. They closed the factory because it was polluting the water. Oh. Yeah, that's rough. And I don't know who that guy is, but we'll see. But yeah, this is the closed factory. I'm sure you have nobody jolted because of this. Wait, if it's closed, why are the lights still on? We have a hint coin to the top left chimney. Not in the big smokestack, but the smaller one next to it. We also have another one. Once again, there's a large smokestack to the top right, but there's a little pipe coming out a little bit. That's where the other coin is. And then finally, just to the right of that hint coin, right, we have this one right here. Okay. Now, sir, who are you? And you have a puzzle for us? Years passed quickly since I got laid off from the factory. Almost like living in the future. Unwound future. Oh, dude, you might need to use some head and shoulders. What's going on back there? I was so caught up in the work that I never settled down and tried to start a family. Now when I go home, I'm all alone. I've named all the flowers I grow. I talk to them every morning. Only puzzles may make me forget my loneliness these days. This is very sad. Light height. Oh, crap. This is going to suck. Well, as soon as you start bringing measurements and whatnot into it, I just kind of break down. All right. A single light hangs from a beam above the floor of this dilapidated warehouse. There are 2 posts, both of which are a foot tall. But where? No, oh, I see that one. Okay, they just didn't mark the other one 1 foot because that's fine. Both of which are a foot tall, separated by a distance of 15 feet. Yes, I see that. The light casts a 3-foot-long shadow from the left post and a 2-foot-long shadow from the right post. Figure out how high the light is hanging above the floor. Okay. I want to say I gotta make like a... What angle? It's not the Pythagorean theorem or anything like that, is it? Or it might be. That's the only thing I can think of, because what I was aiming to possibly do is like making like an angle like this or so, but you know, if we know A, then we should know B and stuff like that. Although I don't know if we go by half of 15. That's 7.5. I mean, we would still need to... I think we would still need to know that, though. Like, well, we'll see. We'll see if I'm on the right track here. If that's 7.5... Well, what's saying we can't do it the other way either? Like, okay, well, like, we have that. Is it right in the middle? Now, see, that's another thing, too. All we know is the distance between... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter now, does it? The distance between the 2 posts is 15 feet. Even though it may not be directly in the middle of that 15... Yeah, maybe that's the thing. I don't think we can assume that the distance between, like, the 1 foot post and like to the where the light is on right directly underneath it. I don't think we know that exactly. So we can't automatically say 7.5. Now the whole thing with the 3 feet and 2 feet. I mean, at least in this capacity, let me get rid of this. In this capacity, we know that all of this in total is 20 feet. So we know that at the very least. Now, if they're saying that it's casting a shadow, is that, well, this has to be half, right? Well, I don't know now. If the total feet is 20 from where it casts one shadow to the other, does that necessarily mean that that angle is going to be 10 and the other one's going to be whatever? No, because it's still smaller here. Even when we draw it out, it's a lot shorter. I feel like I'm kinda working my way to figure this out, but I'm not sure what equation to go about this. You know what? I'm gonna look up the Pythagorean theorem. I don't even know if that's the right thing. I could be completely wrong here. It's been ages since I've taken geometry, and I just don't use I don't use it in my life, you know, so that's why I honestly just forget about it. It's a very simplistic and very, it's a common thing to learn. It's a very fundamental thing is what I wanted to say here. So, and as it says, I'm looking up on Google here, so it's a fundamental geometry rule for right-angled triangles, stating that the square of the longest side, the hypotenuse, in this case I call it C, equals the sum of the squares of the two shorter sides, A and B. So it kind of reminds me of the that joke from The Simpsons where Homer finds Harry Kissinger's glasses in the toilet, and he's like, I forgot what he exactly says, but like the guy corrects him. He's like, "That's a right triangle, you more idiot." I feel like that's what it is. So yeah, so A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Do we know A and B squared, though? That's what I'm getting at here. I mean, yeah, that's my thing. Do we have the calculations? Like, we don't know the height, you know, and that's the problem. Like that's what we're trying to figure out, and then I still can't say that it's going to be 10 feet between the light and the shadow. I may need to look up a hint here, guys. I feel like I'm kind of close, but like because it's been so long since I've dealt with this, I'm drawing a huge ass blank. I'm trying to find a damn hint here, though, to help me out here. Alright, so let's say that the height of the light equals X, and the distance on the floor between the light and the post on the left equals Y. So, let me write this down. So we're saying that's X, and then the distance on the floor between the light and the post on the left. So this little section will be considered Y. And why do I have something in my eye? Ugh, okay. The shadow cast by the post on the left extends 3 feet. So yeah, Y is 3. Well, no, actually, they have here... They have a whole-ass formula here. There's the x... What the hell? Hold on a minute. Yeah, they, like, wrote this out. Hold on. So they have... X is y plus 3, which in itself equals, apparently here, 1, 3. So therefore, 3x equals y plus 3. Well, looks like I determined what the hell x is. Well, wait, is x supposed to be the 1 foot? No, it can't be, right? And I guess we can take the same formula to the right-hand side. I'm gonna run out of space here, but say x. That was on the right. Would it still be y? But maybe. And that's 2. So would it be 2x equals... Well, that's 1 and 3, and this should be 2. No, excuse me, wrong one. This supposed to be 2. No, that's 2. What? Oh my god. Why am I getting this confused? I may need to take out like an actual sheet of paper to work on this. Guys, just give me a moment here while I work on this off screen, and if I still don't get it, I'll just look it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I was messing up the calculations somewhere. Like I felt like I was getting there. I'm like, I'm still not getting x. So I did have to look at the solution to see what the hell I was missing, and now I feel like a complete idiot. This is not hard, by the way. It's not, but because it's been so long since I dealt with any of this, like, I'm like chugging my brain along to get this going. And if it's not shown here, geometry was a oddly very difficult subject for me in school because I am not bragging about this, I'm just stating the fact here. They put me in honors geometry for whatever reason in high school, and that was a very big mistake for all of us in that class because that teacher did not explain anything to us. She just assumed because we were placed there because of our previous, math scores that, oh, you guys must know everything. We did not, spoiler alert. So I may inadvertently have a weird grudge against geometry here. So even though this formula once again is not difficult, I just don't feel confident that I knew what the hell I was talking about here. So, but what was coming out of this, it now makes sense where, like y plus 3 will get x times 3 plus 3 is going to equal, or ends up being 3x is equal to y plus 3. And then trying to determine y is, we take x and then we incorporate that all the distance there, 15 minus y plus 2, which would then be 2x equaling 17 minus y, and determining that we have the plus 3 and that's 17, and we have the 5x and 2x. Bringing it all together, we get 5x equals 20, and at that point, solve for x. 5 times 4 will equal 20, meaning finally, that simply the distance is 4 feet.
I'll handle this one, Professor.
I say simply, but ugh, yeah.
That puzzle was no problem.
I definitely needed help on that one. That's right. The light is 4 feet tall. As shown in a diagram, make 2 triangles, ABC and EBF, on the left of the light, and 2 more, ADC and GDH, on the right. See, that seems really convoluted after they did all that. So AC by BC equals EF by BF. Therefore, X times Y plus 3 is 1 times 3. ACDC, damn it, ACCD equals GHHD. Therefore, X times 15 minus Y plus 2 equals 1 times 2. Solving both of these equations will give you the value for X. It still looks a little convoluted, but when they do this breakdown, not as bad. But this is one where they really expected you to know your math. Yes, you got it. The fact that you can remember details from inside a factory show that you enjoyed your job. No, I just worked there for so long that everything's burned into my memory. I never did figure out why the factory boss chose to let me go. There must have been some reason. If there is, I don't want to know. It's time for me to eat my lunch now. Good luck to you. Alright. But before we do so, we got a hidden puzzle by checking out this wall here on the left. This must be a hidden puzzle, which means already this puzzle must suck. Glass boxes. Oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna suck. 27 glass boxes have been stacked together to form a cube. 27? Okay. Some of the glass boxes have a gemstone inside. Image A shows a view of the cube from above, B shows a view from the side, and C shows a view from the front. How many boxes contain gems? Well, from the top, we only see 3. Okay, then what is B again? B is from the side. Now I don't know what side per se. It could be this one, maybe. But they see 4. Now, of that 4, which one could be associated with A? Can't all of them be per se? Maybe not. I would imagine like those 3, you know, the one on the top, the one on the left, and one in the middle, could be ones that they all see together. But then we have C there that has a from the front. Now we clearly see a new gem on the bottom left. But then we're still not really incorporating the gem in the bottom, though. Well, no, we kind of did with B. No, well, here's what I'm getting at here. We found there's these 3, right? And I'm saying that these 3 might be the same that's shown here on B. But because we're looking down from A, like, we're not going to see this gem. But B does, and so does C. But along with that, so that puts us right there, puts us at 4. But then finally, on C, this is the only time we see that gem, which puts us at 5. That might be it. I don't know if I feel confident. I want to say I feel confident, but I don't feel confident. I don't want to look up an answer or a hint per se. Let me look at one hint to see if that helps confirm, anyway. If you try to consider the entire cube at once, you'll just end up in a muddle. Try taking it a row at a time. starting from the view that shows the fewest gems for that particular row. I mean, honestly, it's kind of what I was doing. You know what? Let's go with my answer. A 5.
Some puzzles must be met directly.
Okay, I'm
No puzzle is without an answer.
kind of surprised about that one. I thought it was going to be worse. Only 5 of the boxes contain gemstones. Less than it might seem at first, eh? Well, yeah, but once again, that's if you think about like each gem separately. I was like, oh yeah, there must be a lot, but a lot of them do share the same gems from whatever angle you look at it. So, okay. Done and done. That reminds me of that joke from Parks and Rec. That show was great. Alright, let's head on back. We got a bunch of lefts we gotta take here. I'm also keep an eye out if any more of those mice show up. We're actually gonna go back to our home because we want to speak with forgot her name. It doesn't look like Clark is here. Mr. Layton, shh! We must keep it a secret from Clark that Luke left the house. Well, of course, but I'm sure Clark has noticed the boy's gone by now. I mean, if he's a good father who's not neglectful, maybe. Lately, Durlin has been going out quite a bit. Before, he would be very clear about what he wanted done. He's been busier than usual since that Specter appeared. I'm just a simple maid. Without guidance, I run into trouble. That doesn't sound ideal. Even now, I'm having a tough time just cleaning up. I assume you want our help for that. Fit for a king. Okay, you have a job of cleaning a king's room in his palace. This king is quite meticulous and has declared that his room must be cleaned in a very specific way. This is going to be fun. There are numbers written on some of the floor tiles that show the order in which the tiles should be cleaned. Oh my god. So, starting from tile 1 and proceeding from tile to adjacent tile in the correct order, can you find a way to clean all the tiles without repeating any? To avoid dirtying the newly cleaned floor, the last tile you clean must be next to the door. Okay. Where's the door? When you touch a tile, it is given a number. Start from the tile marked with the number 1. Go over each tile in order to create a path of sequential numbers with the numbers already marked on the board. Yeah, but am I dumb? Where the hell is it? Where's the door? Is it on the bottom here? Or is it, like, do we stop at any of those? Alright, anyway. We start at 1. We need to go to 6. So that works. Now it wants us to go to... next one is 12. We don't want to go there right directly, so... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we go up like this. That works. I think it's actually the same pattern here. Alright, and then just go here. 24, and then we just kind of do the same thing. Oh.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
That was a lot simpler than I thought.
A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
Then again, I don't think it was meant to be extremely difficult, but maybe I was just kind of a little intimidated by it. But no, that wasn't bad at all. And look at that. Cleaning the room in this pattern forms a Chinese character for the word king. Oh, okay. It seems the king is keen on languages, puzzles, and clean floors. That's good at least. I apologize for asking a guest to help with such matters, but I'm no good at puzzles like this. A gentleman is always ready to help a lady in need. A lady? Well, aren't you the smooth talker? You be sure to learn from this one here, Luke. Don't worry, he becomes our apprentice in the future. It all works out. Now we gotta make our way back. Alright. We talk to Brock to see how he's doing. The Spectre had a late checkout at the hotel, eh? Did they charge him extra for that? Ha! I heard people were inside when the Spectre smashed up the hotel, but no one was hurt. Our Spectre has terrible aim. Ha! I heard you're looking for the black market, eh? Good luck with that. That's Black Raven turf. Black Raven? Yeah, hey, you make a good parrot. Black Raven, give me a cracker. Yeah, that guy's far gone. So we're finally here in the rope bridge. The market is just across the rope bridge. I can't wait to see what kinds of things people are selling. Well, if it's legal, I guess. Finally, we get to check out a new area here. Because this is the market entrance. Let's take a look at some new hint coins. We got one, the top window of the building there on the left. We got one, it's like on, right underneath the blue umbrella. I don't know, like, what, is that like a lollipop there? The yellow lollipop, I think. There we go. There's another one. And then finally, the arrow signage there on the top right. There we go. But we can also take a look at the bushes here next to the lady to give us a new collectible item, the lithograph. Okay, now we can talk to her, see what's going on. I would like to buy some of this delicious-looking candy, please. You kidding me? Get out of here. I make my candy by hand. I make it for children, not for adults who can't control their urges. So you won't sell any to me? Oh, you're a quick one. How about you, little boy? You like candy? I am not a little boy, and thank you, but no. Here, you can teach your adult friend there a thing or two about self-restraint. Move along now. Sorry, Emmy. I should have just bought some and given it to you. Well, it's a bit late for that, Luke. Are you okay? You seem upset. I'm fine. Really. Thank you. Now, listen, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know if I like Emmy right now. Like, she does seem a little immature, but, you know, I can't give her a pass. Like, I know Luke can be immature, but, like, he's a kid, you know? Even in the original trilogy, he's, what, 10, 11, whatever? Like, I can kind of give him a pass. Emmy has to be in her 20s, I think, anyway. Like, she needs to act a little bit more her age, in my opinion. Anyway, let's head into the actual market itself. The black market must be hidden. This all looks pretty normal here. Let's ask around a bit. Yeah, like, they were gonna tell us, like, yeah, the black market's right there. We got 3 hint coins here as well, including one on the, looks like purple flowers? Are those? Okay, my bad, I thought they were flowers. Okay, so we got one there. One to the right, it looks like a red backpack, kind of behind the guy to the right. And then also the top of the stall here on the top right. There we go. Looking for something? Maybe something very specific and rare? Try Marilyn Stand. She's got the best assortment of fruits and fresh vegetables. Okay. We'll talk to you then. And you have a puzzle, though. Hello there. Today we have specials on many kinds of fruit. Everything looks so fresh. I bet they all taste great. These plums are ripe and sweet. Here, try a sample. Oh, it's heavenly. I want a plum. By the way, do you know anything about the black market? Is that where you're headed? I hear rumors, but the only people who go are rich tourists. We're looking for something in particular. Perhaps you could tell us what you know. I suppose I won't hurt anything, but first solve this puzzle for me. Because, sure. Fruit friends. 4 friends met in town, each with a kind of fruit to share. The first friend brought a bunch of bananas. The second brought a cluster of grapes. They set the fruit down at their feet as the third and fourth friends arrived, bringing with them a grapefruit and a melon. They also laid their fruit at their feet, but they had to run off as fast as possible. What? Where did the group meet? Circle your answer on your map. They said, okay, so the thing about this, because like what I'm taking a look at here on the map is we have a good number of flat surfaces, but then the fact that B is a big slant is making me a little worried. I'm like, what's going on here? So the first guy had a banana, second bought a cluster of grapes. And they set it down. But it doesn't say anything else, right? But then the third and fourth friends arrived, and then they brought grapefruit and a melon. They also laid their fruit at their feet, but then they had to run off as fast as possible. So because of that alone, because they had to run, and I think they're only talking about the third and fourth friend, you might be thinking, why the hell do they have to run? And that brings me back to my point with B. If they have round fruit, a grapefruit and a melon, if you put that on a slant, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to start rolling. So I guess they're morons because they're like, hey, let's just put a round fruit on a slanted ground and see what the hell's going to happen. So that's the only thing that makes sense to me, so...
Some puzzles must be met directly.
And there we are.
I love the thrill of a good solution.
Okay, correct. The four friends met at point B. The melon and grapefruit are both round, so they began rolling down a hill as soon as they were placed on the ground, because once again, I guess I just didn't think about it too much. Oh, got new action as well. Licked. Nicely done, sir. And now let me tell you what I know. They say the boss of the black market is very strange and very scary. No one has seen his face. There are some rare antiques and works of art there, but you don't want to get too involved in it. It doesn't sound like a very savory place to be. How exciting! And just who is this strange man who runs the black market? We'll see when we find it. Let's ask around a bit more. This is sure not going to end in anyone's demise here. And frankly, taking a look at the market itself on a top screen, it's pretty involved. So this is the market center. Of course, we have 3 more hint coins. One's going to be right to the very left of the screen, I guess by that door. There we are. I think that's a door anyway, or a window. Then we have one, I think that's like a bunch of bananas hanging there on the green stall or underneath the green awning. And then finally, right underneath the barrel to the bottom right, underneath that table. There we go. Aunt Taffy's candy cart is the best place in the entire world. That candy completely owns me. When I think about how I can't eat her candy when I grow up, it makes my heart hurt. Yeah, I wonder that might be because of the candy, dude. You might want to get your freaking cholesterol checked or something. Or what am I talking about? Anyway, if we check out the cart behind him, there's a puzzle. Professor, the apples over there look delicious. They all appear very fresh, but they seem as if they are about to fall out of their cart. Professor, would you like to try a puzzle that I made up? Now, when have you ever heard Layton saying no to a puzzle? Apple picking. Time to pick some apples. You have 3 baskets of varying sizes, and there are 5 apples on a tree. Pick all the apples, making sure that the large basket contains more apples than the middle basket, which in turn must contain more apples than the small basket. Each basket must contain at least 1 apple. What? It has to contain... what? How the hell is that going to work? The large basket needs to hold more than the middle, which needs to hold more than the small one. And each one has to have at least 1 apple. So fine, if I follow that logic... well, how the hell is that going to work now? Like, unless... well... But that's not... yes, that's more than the middle. But then the middle doesn't have more than the small one. Now that works. The middle is more than the right, but the big one doesn't have more than the middle. What the hell's the trick here? Pick 3 baskets of varying sizes, and there are 5 apples on the tree. Pick all of the apples, making sure that the large basket contains more apples than the medium basket, which in turn must contain more apples than the small basket. So I have that figured out, but the fact that it says each basket must contain at least an apple, I don't know the trick here. I think we have it right, but like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Those bastards. Like as I was talking and thinking about it, they mentioned it's varying sizes, right? We can see that. That large basket, suffice to say, is very large. Large enough, possibly, to have the small basket in there. So, in a sense, the large basket encapsulates a small basket, meaning it does have 3, which is going to be bigger than, obviously, the two apples in the medium basket. Because I don't think any other way you put apples in here is going to make this work. Like I said, if you do that, then we don't meet the requirements. But nothing else is going to work, I think, outside of this.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure. What could have gone wrong here?
You tell me. What the hell did I do wrong there? Huh, don't get stuck trying to go about this in one particular way. It's not that? Oh, you bastards. I had the right idea. I just didn't think that we could actually pick up the basket. That's kind of annoying. I should have seen that coming. Like, I had the idea, but I guess I was just thinking, well, it's like, well, yeah, right? We can, like, maybe that's what they mean. Like, aha, look what you can do. Okay. All right.
This took some creative thinking.
Got me there, game.
A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
Well, that's gonna bother me. I may have to I may have to redo this off screen so that I can, because you guys know me. I want to get all the damn picker-rats. Put 2 apples each in the large and medium baskets, then put the 1 apple in the small basket, and then move it to the large basket. Okay. Was that puzzle too easy? Not at all. In fact, had it been any more difficult, I may have turned apoplectic. I don't get it. Yeah, looks like... Oh, God, forget I even asked. Alright, guys. Where am I in terms of time here? We are just about approaching an hour. And, well... I do have work I need to do. And I don't know if there's going to be a chapter end coming up soon or not. So, let me go ahead. You know what? Let's do this. Let's take a look at the collection items that we got, and then we'll call it an episode. So we got a lithograph. It's hard to believe that an object so light is made of stone. The rare tomes are a rare tome indeed, given that it also bears a title, Rare Tome. It's the freaking Grimoire. Or Grimoire. What's his name? Grimoire Weiss? But I can't remember his name. I love the Nier replicant. I hope they make another Nier game. We also have Ceramic Bowl. It may not fetch a high price, but it is a fine piece of workmanship. Okay. So yeah, next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will really investigate the market here to see if we can find the black market and see if we can find that flute. So, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time for Let's Play Professor Layton and the Last Specter. Love you all so much, and don't forget to spread that love around. Have a great day, everybody.